Hello everybody, once again, this is AikawaKazu, and today's video will be about getting prepared for level 50 cap release. There will be both a written guide as well as this video guide to help you out, and do check out both of them as some details might be missed out in the video where I'll actually share more thoughts about 50 cap preparation in the written guide. So aside from pulling gold and getting your gears ready for the new content released, there are actually many things you can do so that you can have a little head start compared to the rest who don't know what I'm about to share with you. So basically, we'll be focusing on items or points that can or might be usable interchangeably for crafting or purchasing items from NPCs once 50 cap is released. I'll mention the usefulness of the said items and points accordingly, and with that we'll start off with the NPC guild points, which is probably the most obvious to all. I'm sure by now many players will have stocked up quite a number of points for the respective NPC associations, but for those who haven't, you might want to start getting some. So right now I'll be explaining to you about how these NPC guild points can be useful for 50 cap. For Cassius Palette points, you can be using them to exchange for high grade epic code pouches, which are used to get a random epic code, which can be used on level 50 or 60 items and below. This pouch was available during a short time in 40 cap release but was removed a couple of months back, I think. So whether this pouch will be available immediately after 50 cap release, I can't say for sure, but no matter, it should be provided in the NPC later on, so there's no harm in getting points for Cassius Palace for now, which can be used for future. So following that, we have the Golden Goose points, which can be used to purchase the VIP membership card. This reduces repair and enhancement cost by 50% and increases NPC selling price by 15%. It also reduces purchasing price by 30%, which means that it's just a very useful membership card that you should have. It costs about 2,500 points to get, so currently now I think I got 12,000 points. That will last me about a month, and a month will be about how long you need to get to 50, so getting about 10,000 points will be fine, I think. But at least get 2,500 for the use of 7 days. That's 1 week if you're actually going to be able to rush, farming and leveling once 50 cap is released. So last but not least, we have free adventurer guild points, which can be used to purchase octagonal water. This is used for crafting jewels, and for example, you need around 3 ordinary agates plus 1 octagonal water to make 1 polished agate, and I think for polished jewels which are class specific, you need similarly 3 ordinary jewels plus this time 2 octagonal water. So this will be extremely useful if the ordinary jewel prices, the polished jewel prices, are overpriced during the first few weeks of 50 cap release, and if you want to craft your own jewels, you can use the octagonal water and ordinary jewels to craft. So this is to actually back you up in case the polished jewels are expensive. So for 20 NPC guild points at a decent pace, I would recommend running Forsaken Islet Core or Nameless Tyrant Tomb, or FIC/NTT in short. You run it in Master Mode when you have FTG, and when you have 0 FTG, you run in Abyss Mode. So reason for Abyss Mode at 0 FTG is because the bounty at the end of the Abyss runs gives you 100% chance to get 2 magic grade NPC gifts, which is worth about 40 points. So we'll be moving on to our next one, which will be the wonderful theme park coupons. So many might ask, why do I need wonderful theme park coupons? Not too sure if you knew this from 32 or 40 cap, but these coupons can actually be used to exchange for high grade rare crystal codes. I'm hoping that these codes will be available at the theme park NPC at Lotus Marsh, and this will definitely be very useful because no one will be going for Ancient Totem set immediately because someone has to run the nest first, right, to get the crafting materials to be available. So to be able to run the nest properly, you'll probably use level 50 rare weapons for a start. So getting those perfect potential rare weapons level 50 will definitely be very important, and getting yourself ready for those high grade rare crystal codes, they will definitely be expensive because a lot of people will be demanding for it. So getting those theme park coupons can use to exchange for that, and with that you actually save yourself a lot of costs if you're not lucky enough to get those perfect potentials earlier on. So we'll be moving on to our next item, which will be the Fragment of Dimensional Gem. This is used for exchanging for high grade diamond codes because diamond codes are always costly, and you can imagine the level 50 high grade ones, oh man, they're gonna be extremely expensive because diamond codes are consistently expensive because everybody will want to go for the perfect potentials on their fatal rings, their destruction rings, their magician rings, and later on maybe the new Ancient Totem accessories. So Yup, definitely be very expensive, so getting those fragments to exchange for high-grade diamond codes can help you save on some costs. But they also have another usage, which is for getting the skill pouches. And these skill pouches are for the third job skills, and if you didn't already know, you have actually 3 new third job skills, but only 2, which is excluding the EX skill, will be in the pouch. So this means that it's a 50-50 chance for you to get the skill that you want. So for me, I'll be getting Moonblade Dance, and getting those pouch will mean I'll just need to prepare around 2 pouches worth of fragments, or maybe 3 if you're unlucky. So according to DN Armory, so credits to DN Armory here, you'll need around 1,600 fragments for a level 50 skill pouch. And on DN Armory, it also says there's a 50% chance to get either of those skill plates. So if you don't want to spend, like heaps amount of gold getting a Moonblade Dance skill heritage, for example, because a lot of people will definitely try to mark up the price since they know that it's wanted by many Moonlords. So if you don't want to spend that money, then make sure you prepare at least 3,200 fragments for getting at least 2 pouches, and that should be enough. And for those wanting to make a quick bucks, you want to make a quick amount of gold off players who doesn't know this, you know what to do now. So next up, we'll have the ordinary jewels, which will be something that you want to stock up as well. But this is just food for thought. We are currently in the FTG system, whereby drop rates are greatly boosted when you have FTG points, and when we have level 50 cap, we will not lose our FTG points as quickly as now when we are max level. So we will no longer lose FTG in 3 Abyss dungeons, which means that everybody will be enjoying increased drop rates while they're leveling. So the thing is, most players will be running Master Mode because maybe their gears are not ready for the Abyss ones, and this is why polished agates will not be that expensive, because everybody know that Master Modes will drop more agates. So I'm sure that's quite a very known fact for now. So the ones that might be expensive should be the polished class-specific jewels. So you want to stock out on some of your class-specific jewels now, those ordinary ones, and then coupled with orthogonal water, you can actually craft your own ones. So this actually helps buffer you from spending additional money or gold in buying those overpriced polished jewels, because not everybody will be able to run Abyss dungeons once 50k is released, which means that the polished jewels, the class-specific jewels market will be definitely a shortage, which means that the price will be pretty high. So next up, we will have the completing of side quests for EXP boosts right from the start. So basically a day before 50k release, or maybe 2 days before if you're not free enough to do it in one day, make sure you have done all the available bulk quests that gives the highest EXP on the respective dungeons in Sin Haven. So the one right outside the south portal, make sure you have done the Nameless Titan Tomb one. For a bit further down, make sure you have done the Captain Darlan's bot quest. So you can only get 1 bot quest per bot, so just make sure you have done the one which gives the most EXP, and do not hand them in. If you want even a higher head start or more EXP boost when 50k is released, simply pick up a few side quests in Sin Haven and just complete the requirements, but don't hand them in until 50k is released. That way, you have a head start in terms of EXP. Yup, and that will probably, I think, can amount to at least 10% or 15% EXP. Remember when 40k was released, I did all the bot quests in Calderock Village and all the DOKs and all the dungeons I can do. You only gave about 10+%, so if you're not Hagger with the 10+%, you can just don't do this. But for those hardcore players, if you want to be ahead, you might want to do this. So last but not least, if you're not playing a cleric class, meaning a paladin or priest, make sure you have done all your main quests, the one with the yellow box, until you can no longer proceed. This means that, if I'm not wrong, your main quest should actually tell you to head to Lotus Marsh to meet up with Argenta. So if you have not done your main quest up till now, you may want to do it now, because you don't want to hit level 45 then realize that, oh shit, I need to do all my main quests for me to change my job. So make sure, unless you're a paladin or priest, which means a cleric class, make sure you have done all your main quests. Okay, if not, you just look foolish when you hit level 45 and you can't change job because you didn't do your story quests. So right now we'll move on to some of the frequently asked questions regarding level 50. So I received some questions here and I'll just answer some of them, which is very popular. So players ask me actually if they should sell off their Manticore or Apocalypse set, knowing that the prices for them will definitely drop once 50k is released. So this is my personal advice. No, you shouldn't sell them. You'll definitely need decent gears to be able to run Archbishop Nest, or even some of the new dungeons that are released with 50 cap. I would say having 5-piece Manticore or Apocalypse set with at least 2 level 40 rare weapons plus 10 will be the bare minimum you want to prepare yourself. If not, you'll definitely suffer when 50 cap is released, because you'll find such a hard time in completing dungeons and you'll be suffering while trying to level. So I'm sure you don't want to be running those level 40 cap dungeons to level 50. Yeah. Also, most of you will have worn your Manti or Apoc set for more than 5 months now or so, unless you're a new player, which I believe should be long enough to cover the cost of crafting them. So you shouldn't be sad that you can't sell them for much anyway, because yeah, they've been with you for so long. For me, I'll be actually using my current Apocalypse set to pass down to my level 40 Gladiator's Beast Secret Sword, and yeah, so maybe you can hand down to your friends who just started the game, since you're not going to be able to sell them for much anyway. So the next question will be whether we will need to finish all main quests before 50 cap release. Yes, unless you're playing a cleric class. So I think I answered that question above, so just want to re-emphasize this. So this is according to the third job change guide I've read up so far, so yeah, make sure you have done all your main quests. So the last question will be, do you think we should stock up on combat dust or tail? So the answer to this will be no, because when 32 and 40 cap was released, Spiral and Vortex Coat pouches were only provided in the blacksmith after 2 to 3 months. Level 50 weapons will definitely use more combat dust, so you can just farm your combat dust later on. Anyway, the point is, don't hope that you can use your combat dust when 50 cap is released. So I think this is the end of the video. So once again, I hope this video is informative and useful to you in preparing for 50 cap release in Dragoness Southeast Asia. And remember to read up on the written guide, as well as I'll include more thoughts over there regarding some of the FAQs and issues about 50 cap. So once again, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already to show your support. Thank you once again for watching, God bless, and I'll see you guys and girls next time.